And we're back! Hello everybody, I'm Lakota, this is Tangential Gaming, and welcome back to Hellside.
We had an issue.
We had an issue, this is the second time we've recorded this.
Thankfully, it dropped early on.
Yeah, I will admit it, thankfully that happened early, so we didn't lose a whole lot. We had barely started. Hopefully that does not happen again. I'm gonna watch where I put my hand and how hard I touch the desk, because that's just annoying that happened.
Don't slam me like a javelin. We're not in court.
So, things that I need to state. This is all taking place in a homebrew world, which is probably fairly obvious at this point. They're all starting at level 3. I'm using some rules from the new player's handbook, including heroic inspiration. All the players currently have 1 inspiration. And Dom is playing a homebrew class. Dom is Yulant's player. Do you happen to have quick access to that name again?
Silent Soren on Reddit and Soren of Asgard on Gmail, YouTube, and Twitch.
Excellent. And the class he is playing is the Dark Knight, which is based off of the class of the same name from Final Fantasy XIV.
That means we have to re-roll again.
No, you don't. I have those saved.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, your initiatives is saved. Yeah, we already rolled initiative for a thing. It was a roleplay thing, but don't worry. Why am I not getting any desktop audio? Hey guys, talk.
What's up?
Okay,
Hello.
yeah, I'm picking you up. Sorry, it was completely dead and I was confused. I'm scared now because that happened. Alright. Let's see, is there anything else I need to say?
Trainwreck's gonna start pretty soon.
Hey, we knew this was going to be rough. Oh, yeah. Still no music, because I still haven't figured out how to make it work without drowning out the player voices.
Sorry, guys. No music.
I will do my best to try and figure out the problem.
Use your imagination.
Or pop in a playlist behind you.
Figure out the theme and play the music.
Yeah. Just Alright, so we ready to go?
Let's do this.
Everybody good?
Yes. Let the train wreck started.
Okay. So, last we left off, you were dropped off and arrived in New Hillside, where you were introduced to the 3 houses of prisoners and inmates, much like yourself. You met some interesting characters, including fellow prisoners, and were introduced to a 5th member of your group, Ariel Hawk. No one knows which house she was supposed to be in, so she was immediately thrown into yours, and you were all put together in room 420, decided by the players.
The door is green.
The door is green with a leaf symbol on it, because of course it is. You all just got to know each other over a late lunch, and then were introduced to multiple people, including Darwin the blacksmith, who is an Azamar, Knower Winston Coralshell, a Tortle magical researcher for Solomon's Academy, Uza, a slime folk demon devilologist, whatever that means, and the leader of the town militia, Herkin Stonescalp, and his second-in-command, Abigail Goodchild. Herkin clearly does not like any of you. No roles required. Abigail seemed like she was okay with you. You were then led to the local tavern, where you were told by Cora, the second-in-command of the house you were placed in, the 3rd house, that on your first night in town, you don't do work. You get to know the people you're supposed to protect. And so, I asked you all to roll initiative to see who's going to go first, and now I'm going to describe what is before you. You see a raucous, rowdy, loud tavern full of people from most of them look like farmers, which makes sense. The town is meant for resources, mostly for the war. Around you, you see several other individuals that you recognize from being dropped off and from the other houses. You see the small, child-looking woman who is currently chugging a mug of ale with a very, very upset look upon her face. You see the scaled, skinny man who attempted to flirt with the leader of the first house, attempting to flirt with another woman. Looks like a barmaid. She looks less than enthused. You see Cora, who has left you to your own devices at the moment, off speaking to what looks to be another member of the third house. He appears to have about 4 stars on his armband. He looks to be a dwarf, big, burly man, doesn't appear to be wearing a shirt. You do actually see the leader of the first house sitting next to the fire alongside her very large manservant, Gauche. Her name was Victoria Nocturna. And you also see Danis, the scrawny leader of the second house, alongside his halfling second in command, who you did not get the name of. You also see a bar. There are plenty of people at it. And you see, standing on the bar, handing out drinks, a woman who is about 3 feet tall, dressed in green, brown, and yellow, with wings on the small of her back, flitting around and handing out drinks. The elves in the room, or at least the full-blooded elves in the room, immediately clock her as a fairy. And now, I'm going to ask Joker, what would you like to do?
Do I have that spider climb thing?
Why would you use spider climb here?
To get a better advantage.
There's no need to get a better vantage. You can see the entire room.
Yeah. Alright.
Is there any specific person you want to talk to, or a location you would like to go in the building?
Let's talk to the barmaid.
Alright, Joker is approaching the bar. Zell, what are you doing?
I'm definitely going to get me some ale. So
Alright.
I'm going to follow Joker back.
Zell is going with Joker. Klaus, what are you doing?
Klaus is going to look for some food and some ale.
Alright, so you will also be headed to the bar. Yulant, what are you doing?
Are there any games of cards happening?
Oh, absolutely. At a particular... You see a table with a couple of farmers, one of which seems to be winning quite a lot. This older-looking gentleman with, this scrawny, older-looking gentleman with, like, wisps of white hair coming out of that, stereotypical farmer hat. he seems to be doing very well for himself, and the two younger farmers in front of him look very upset that they are losing so badly.
I will approach the table and slap 5 gold down.
The older gentleman will look up and say, "Bit more than that to join this table, friend."
Slap down 5 more.
All right then.
Ain't got much more than that, old man.
He looks at you and says, "You must be new in town."
Aye. Just came in the train today.
He holds out a hand to you and says, "Name's Boris. Boris Graham. I'm one of the oldest. I'm one of the people who've lived here the longest. So they call me Elder Boris."
Respectful title, that.
You shake his hand, and you also notice, now that you're closer up, he's an elf. He's a really old elf. He looks at you with a bit of a snaggletooth grin and says, "Go on, I'll deal you in this next hand."
All right. What is the game of choice today?
We're going to say it's poker, but we're not actually going to play poker.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in cards? I can't remember.
Should do.
If you are,
yes, I am, because soldier.
roll a d20 plus proficiency, and I will come back to you.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the rest of you, including Ariel, who has decided that she would also like some libations, make your way up to the bar, and you see this fairy woman flitting about handing out drinks, and she stops for a moment when she sees all of you and says, "Ah, you must be some of the new blood. What can I do you for?"
Do you have any ale for us?
"Do I have any ale? What kind of question is that?"
Dude, we're at a bar.
Yeah, it's polite to ask, you know.
Mirabelle Freepetal always has ale. And she reaches under and she pulls out 4 flagons that she immediately grabs a bottle and pours one out for each of you. And then she states, "First one of the night for you boys and girls of the 3 houses is free. And then you'll come back for more. I promise ye."
Ooh.
Very kind of you.
Ooh. When we heard the stories, I think we will.
You watch Ariel kind of push hers forward and say, "Can I get some water?"
Joke. Just
Mirabelle kind of looks at her and goes, "Yeah, sure." Pulls out another mug, pours water in it, and hands it to her. She says, "Thank you," and just sort of steps away from the bar. So we will go back. Joker, is there anything you would like to do with the bar?
let's take a sip. So,
To keep them out of the town. To make their way into town, you're technically doing something wrong.
at what time of day they usually attack?
Sweetie, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Fairies and demons don't work on human time.
Good to know.
Zell, I take it you down your first thing of ale?
Yes, I'd like another, please.
Alright. that'll be all right. For your next round will be 1 gold.
Thank you, ma'am. Here you go.
She gives you another mug. At this point is when
Here's
I should
4 more.
At this point is when I should tell you my homebrew rule for drunkenness. So,
Uh-oh.
Daniel, tell me, what is your constitution modifier?
Uh-oh. Constitution modifier.
That's in your con is one of your stats. It's one of the bigger numbers near the top.
It's +1.
You have a +1 to con?
Yep.
Okay. That means you can drink 2 drinks before you start making saving throws to keep from being drunk.
Lovely.
So, you down your second one. You said you wanted 4 more.
I figured I'd buy the guys a couple rounds, you know.
Alright. Klaus, you now have 2 mugs of ale in front of you.
I drink both of them.
What is your constitution modifier?
+2, but I'm also resistant to poison.
Ah, that is true. As resistant to poison, you will have advantage on those saving throws. You can technically drink 1 more before having to start making saving throws.
Klaus is going to drink more, but also wants Daniel to drink more.
So you want Zell to drink more.
Alright, I'll drink another one with you, Klaus.
Do I hear a drinking competition beginning?
Yeah.
Joker,
This ain't gonna be good.
place your bets, everyone. Who will knocked out
Alright,
first?
so now at his next one he has to do a saving
His
throw,
next
right?
one, he has to make a saving throw. You are correct.
And I
make
have
it-
one more before I have to do a saving
Yes,
throw.
to make it fair, I would recommend you drink your next one first. I'm going to move to Yulant for a moment. Yulant, what did you roll on your gambling?
I rolled a 15. I have +2 because proficiency, so 17.
Roll a 17. Okay. Steven.
It's +1.
Constitution. You have a +2. You can drink 3.
Yes.
You win. You win a hand, and you get. You get back your. How much did you bet? How much did you say you?
10.
So
10
the full
total.
10? Okay.
And how many people are at the table?
There were 3 other people counting Elder Boris.
So that'd be I got back and plus 30. So I would have
40.
yeah,
Yep, that sounds about right. You now have 40 gold.
43 technically.
43, yeah.
Well, would anyone like to up the ante a bit? Throw down 15 this time.
You watch one of the younger farmers stand up, shake his head, and walk away. The youngins. Eventually you get too rich for their blood. Alright. Go ahead and make another check. You're each betting 15?
Yep. I'm
Alright.
confident.
The
I think somebody's got a bet or gambling problem.
I will say
I've
that
always
just
had a
a bit.
gambling problem.
I will say that it is now just you and Elder Boris. The other young farmer is also like, I don't want any of this action. Alright, I'm rolling. I'm rolling, and... All right. What'd you get?
With proficiency, 18.
Good lord.
Yeah, Yolant's on a bit of a winning streak.
All right, you win again. You get another 15 gold. Good God. Letting you play cards was a mistake.
So that's plus
15.
30. Oh, I got rid of 15 gold because I slapped it down on the table. So that's 58 now.
Good lord, dude.
Would you like to continue, old man?
I think I better quit while I'm ahead.
But you're not ahead.
You have quite the poker face, my friend. I think it's the beard.
That is entirely possible. People not used to seeing an elvish face without it being clean shaven.
Very true.
But
when you
I
live,
restate.
but when you live a
Would
life,
you like me to buy you a drink?
I would love you to buy me a drink. I'd love you to buy me a round of drinks.
Right. Barkeep, can we get a round over here? One for each of us.
Right on it, sir. And you watch as she snaps her fingers, and you watch as an unseen servant picks up a plate with 2 mugs of ale on it and puts it in front of you.
How much gold is this?
I'm gonna say just mark off. Let's say mark off 2 gold.
Oh, okay.
One for
yeah,
each
no, it's a party night, so.
I'm not going to charge Daniel and Patrick until they're done. So
bad decisions are
as
being
of
made.
Problem.
As of right now, Daniel and Patrick are 3 for Patrick, 2 for Daniel. Zell has
May I ask?
Huh?
May I ask how the house blend tastes?
The ale?
Aye.
It has a very unique flavor, but it's a flavor that Yulant, would actually recognize. It uses herbs that you remember being used for tea and things when you lived in the Spring Court.
Very, very familiar. This.
Yes, it's sort of this sweet, but not overpowering.
Like a decent sweet tea kind of.
Yeah, like a sort of a decent sweet.
But alcoholic.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it's like a sweet tea, but alcoholic. Yeah. That's
Something
actually a
I would
very good
actually
description.
enjoy.
You'll have to excuse me. I don't know much about alcoholic beverages.
Let's joke it.
You can
Yulant's
decide.
going to, after taking a long drag off of his mug, clap his hands and lean forward. So, old man, you said you've been here long. Any tips for the young and weary?
Don't piss off your boss.
I have a feeling that's
Too
rather
late.
easy to do.
I have seen those 3 rip through hordes of demons. They're insane.
Yeah.
Most of the people in town are absolutely terrified of them.
Makes sense.
We're recording.
Most of the people in town think they're absolutely insane. I think they've done a great job keeping the place safe.
Sometimes it takes a little crazy to get the job done.
Though they all have their own weird little habits. Take Dennis over there, and he points at the scrawny, sort of handsome, scraggly blonde-haired man that had no problem hurting someone who could have possibly actually been a child. Every now and then, I see him walk out of the forest covered in dirt. Like he'll go out on a job with some of the other prisoners, They'll come back, he won't, and then he'll come out of the woods covered in dirt. No idea why.
I think you'll forgive me if I don't bother asking.
I don't blame you. Dennis is a bit of an ass. And then there's Miss Nocturna over there. Don't see her out in the day very much. Not without that umbrella, at least. And the big man.
Vampiric? Is she perhaps somewhat vampiric?
Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me at this point. She certainly has the look, doesn't she? Honestly, the big fella scares me more. As he says that, Gauche, her Goliath bodyguard, looks over at your table.
Yes.
You don't hear so much as feel a low growl.
Ooh.
As for the last one, Malik, and he looks around, doesn't come to the bar very often. He's very serious. Had that
I
scarf.
suppose there'd be... What about the womanizer?
Do you mean the one who came in with you guys? So he wouldn't know about him yet.
Well, wasn't there the guy at the beginning who was flirting with...
Yeah, he was one of the...
do we already talk about him?
He was one of the new guys that came in with you guys.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, he's technically a new member of the first house. But, in my opinion, Malik's probably the one I trust the most. Out of all three of them.
Right.
His lieutenant scares the shit out of me, though. He looks over at
What's that?
He looks over at Cora, who is still talking to that dwarf, and they seem to be having a very serious conversation about something. If anything else, don't piss her off. I've seen her take people's heads off with that whip.
Oh, I believe it.
Alright. Do you mind if I pause you here for a bit?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Now, Joker, what are you doing?
Let's look at the two.
Yeah, you see... Zell, Klaus, what are the expressions you both have on your face as you both realize you are at the threshold of drunkenness and have decided it's time to have a drinking contest?
Awfully ecstatic.
Zell's got a big ass smirk on his face.
Good lord. Mirabelle sees this. She feels the energy of what's about to happen and goes, well, I guess it can't be helped. And she pulls out a mug and sits it each in front of you, pulls out a bottle, pours a drink in both, and puts a hand on each of your shoulder. You each have to drink at the same time. First person who gets blind drunk loses.
Make it free.
Oh. You've barely drunk, my friend. You've only had one drink so far. You have to be at the edge of drunkenness for this to count. Drink up! She puts 2 more mugs in front of you.
Do I have to drink? Oh.
You gotta drink all of both!
Alright.
I also bought him one a while ago, so...
That's true,
he's
so she only puts
technically got
one in
3
front
more.
of you, so you do have another one.
Let's chokes it.
You chug one. Roll Constitution. I'm not letting you get away with that. You're rolling Constitution for that.
Okay. 15.
Okay, you don't choke.
Let's flip it over on, upside down. Good enough.
Not drink the other one. You had 2.
Judge that one.
Roll Constitution. Yulant, I think you're about to be the responsible one.
12.
I will say, at this point, Yolanta is probably, like, clapped the old man on the shoulder and headed over towards the entertainment happening.
Yeah, you see your 3 companions, and you see Ariel is also there, and she's just sort of sipping on a mug of water. She looks at you and says, "This could either go really bad or be absolutely hilarious, and I'm not sure which is scarier."
I had this roll of 12.
Yeah, you choke a little bit, but you get it down.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Time. The first person, a person becomes blind drunk. If a person becomes blind drunk, they drop out.
Joker just put his hat on Bubbles.
Yeah, Bubbles is here. Bubbles like, "Hey, can I have some?" And he puts his head in the.
Does
Stop that!
put his hat on his face.
Hey, no partner drinking. That's not fair.
Yeah.
I want to drink too.
Yeah.
Well, he can drink, just not in the competition.
Yep.
Why the heck not?
It'd be unfair.
Well, you don't know. Maybe I'll drink all of you under the table. Maybe I'm a lightweight. Let me find out. Sticks his head in a random mug.
No, it's a... See ya.
I'll tell you
Send
what.
him away. See ya.
Wait, no!
I will buy Bubbles around.
Too late. As you watch as Joker snaps his fingers and Bubbles disappears.
I'll come back when we're done.
If you can.
He can, actually. That's the magic of Find Familiar. He can literally just snap him into a pocket dimension, snap him back out whenever he wants.
Well, drunkenness.
Yeah, if he may be too drunk to remember how to snap.
You know what? That's fair.
I'd probably snap a fox or something.
Alright, everybody who's participating in the drinking contest, roll me Constitution.
Oh boy.
Saving throw or just Constitution?
Saving throw, you're right. Constitution saving throw.
7.
So that'll be below it'll be below your
Wait.
ability saving senses.
Lakota, does it count as a poison?
Yes, alcohol technically counts the poison.
Constitution.
So
They-
one of these people has advantage.
You are correct.
I do.
Klaus.
That's why I started this.
Klaus, roll with advantage.
Wait, that's the wrong thing.
Roll twice, take the higher number.
Hang on, let me see your saving
throws.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Alright,
So you roll twice, take the highest. Klaus, Zell, you only roll once. What did you roll?
Alright, hang on.
I just picked that's the right one.
Yes, you
Trying to find my saving throw.
don't.
Oh yeah, don't you could just roll your Constitution, right? Not your saving throw.
1 sec. I think.
Okay.
If you roll your Constitution, I can tell you what your bonus to your saving
Yeah.
throw is.
Okay.
I rolled
Okay,
18.
so I rolled a B.
You rolled a what?
You know the B that's on the dice?
The B?
Or whatever?
Not 20.
Yeah.
Is that a nat 20?
Nat 20. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I don't need to tell you your bonus. You all 3 of you succeed the first check.
You mean
You are
I
a
got
seasoned
this.
alcoholic.
You still succeed. The first DC is only a 5.
Mm.
Okay.
Next round, she pours you all 3 a drink. Roll me con saves again.
It is a... Damn.
Nat 20.
Oh, God.
16.
Damn.
I got an 18.
You all passed the second drink.
Joker Jack is hanging on by a thread.
Joker Jack rolled a 16.
Joker Jack's having a good night.
16.
All right, she pours you all your 3rd round. Roll me con saves.
A nat 20 again.
What the hell?
God damn it.
16.
I got a 19 on that one.
Okay, you all survived the third round.
Joker Jack does toss the mug behind him.
Hey, if Klaus rolls a nat 20 again, he has loaded dice.
Mm,
He's using
Probably.
D&D Beyond, I
Loaded
don't know
digital
how.
die.
Yeah.
He's hacked the system.
They hacked the system.
I think that's hilarious that he's gotten 2 in a row.
Dude, I know.
Alright.
You can see it too, right? Yeah.
Yes, I
See it. I
can.
can see Joker Jacks.
The DC for the next one is 20.
Oh, we're all out, brothers, unless we get a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
Roll me con saves.
Oh boy. It is a
Yep, I'm
Oh,
out.
it's
17.
14.
I got a 12.
Alright, so, in the case of a competition, Zell is the only one out.
Damn.
Mirabelle looks at you and says, I do believe our elven friend here can't have another. Zell, do you say anything in response? You are very drunk.
I can
My
do
money's on
magic.
Klaus.
Dude, nat 20 right here. Come on.
Alright.
Alright, so, the DC is still 20 because none of you beat it. And this is a competition. Roll con saves.
Okay, it is. I got
12.
me a 20.
Oh, shit. He's gonna win.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 12.
Oh no. Klaus, you take that fifth drink. The world suddenly spins. You are on the ground.
Joker Jack just flipped his cup over.
Klaus just says, man, I should have ate some food.
Oh, bravo, bravo! You know what? That was such an entertaining sight. I'm not even gonna charge you for all the ales.
What?
That was
Joker,
very kind
you are
of
still
you.
very
Thank
drunk.
you.
Joker Jack just like, "Bah!"
Oh, and
Can I get a platter of food now?
absolutely, darlings. And she sits she sits 5 platters of food out on the table for anybody who wants them.
Klaus, do you need help on the floor?
Klaus jumps up and then immediately falls back down.
Jo-
Come here, old friend. I got you.
oh yeah.
Paul's trying to pick him up.
Joker Jack snapped his fingers. There be a dragon.
Make her an arcane check.
Which one's arcane?
Arcana.
It doesn't do that. One.
You go to.
Seven.
You guys watch as Joker Jack goes to snap his fingers, and he keeps trying to snap the wrong finger. He's trying to summon Bubbles back.
It's he's a rat.
He manages to snap once. You see a rat.
Klaus?
The rat goes, and then scurries away.
I don't think that was Bubbles, guys.
Yolant's going
forever.
to.
What was that, Yolan?
Yolant is going to turn to the barmaid. I don't suppose you would have, say, chicken and potatoes or some such?
Of course, dearie. And she sets a plate in front of
Thank
you. On my
much, miss?
house, you are also entertaining.
Joker Jack.
Well,
You're
thank
welcome. We'll be here for 2 years.
Yolant's going
Hang
to
on.
pick out 5.
Say again, Yolant.
Yolant's going to pick out 5 gold out of his pouch and slap them to her with a wink. For the service, miss.
Much appreciated. And she sort of tucks it into a little baggie that she then tucks between her bodice.
Yep. Yolande actually has food now.
Joker Jack tries to try and get up and slips.
Yolande, you watch as Joker Jack tries to stand and then falls.
The floor is kind of comfortable.
I would hope so.
So we
It's a
bring the
tavern.
ladder down here, guys, because I don't think we can get up.
Where's my hat?
Ariel picks up two platters from the table and sits them in front of you and sits them in front of Zell and Klaus.
Thank you, darling.
Don't call me darling, but
Food.
okay. I imagine Klaus probably ravenously digs into the food.
Yep.
Hey, all of you see my hat?
I do believe it's on your head.
I think you've done it with bubbles.
That thief.
Alright. It's about this moment that you watch as the Snake Man approaches. Hessick. Said womanizer you were asking about earlier, Yolande. And you watch as he approaches Ariel. And he says,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold
well,
up.
hello there, gorgeous. What's a fine thing like you doing in a place like this? He is clearly drunk.
Join the club.
Ariel looks very much not into it and sort of backs away. Oh, don't be scared. I don't bite. Shows his teeth. Much.
Joker Jack.
I think you'll find I very much bite, friend.
Joker Jack makes again.
Hey, how close is this to happening to Klaus on the floor?
He probably stumbled over you on the way to talk to her.
Could Klaus's tail reach him and trip him at any point?
Make me a dexterity check. We're gonna call this a grapple, opposed by his thing. Ooh. I hope you rolled well.
I rolled a 17.
You beat him. He goes and tries to put his hand on Ariel's shoulder, and before he can even touch her, Klaus's tail wraps around his ankle, and it's like the rug was literally pulled out from underneath him as he face plants directly on the floor.
Yolande is going to stand up and like nudge him in the side with his boot and just kind of stand over him. I think you'll find, friend, though you may not bite much, my blade very much does to those who deserve it.
You're not the only one with a blade.
I'm trying to scare him away if that's not obvious.
Make an intimidation check, and we're going to play it against the fact that he is drunk and possibly doesn't care.
Disadvantage, or...?
I'm gonna give him advantage.
Oh, okay.
So you roll intimidation.
20. So, friendly reminder to everyone, I have proficiency and, what's the other one? Expertise in intimidation.
How did you get
23.
Good lord! How did you get that?
Dude, we're rolling so high tonight.
I will take a screenshot if you don't believe me.
He stumbles up, and he looks you dead in the face and said, "What makes you think I'm scared of you?"
Can Joker Jack just get up and say, I can help you blast your face off. Leave.
You can't threaten me. Only I can threaten me.
Okay.
You watch as an arcane spark appears in his hand, and he goes to grab you, Yulant.
God.
At this point, can I
so
stand
am
up,
I-
like,
am-
grab his wrist?
He is going to make an attack roll against you with disadvantage.
Oh yeah. I have an armor class of 16.
Would you believe he rolled a 17?
Hilarious.
He grabs you, and he casts Shocking Grasp.
Oh wait, so he would have. Is that advantage or an automatic crit? I forget what Shocking Grasp has on
Shocking
metal
Grasp
armor.
gives them advantage if you're wearing metal armor. But I also forgot that, and I already
So he
rolled.
just rolled normally.
Technically, he rolled normally, but I didn't roll it that way.
Okay, well, whatever.
Can Joker Jack just put his hand on him?
Hang on. We haven't decided if it's going to.
So I take the Shocking Grasp. How much damage?
Let me remind myself how much damage Shocking Grasp does, because... I have the player's handbook open. Ah, there it is. He's only level 3, so he only does a d8. You take 5 lightning damage as you feel electricity course through your chest. I'm going... since you launched with... Just tell her what's going on. Since Yulant was the one who was attacked, he gets to decide what his action is in this moment.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a thing. It is at this point that Yulant, he takes the Shocking Grasp. It's just 5 damage. His eyes kind of crinkle. He smiles a bit. He's going to grab hold of the arm that is grabbing him, grab him by the collar, and if I may, lift him up and just chuck him.
Okay, so we're gonna make this a grapple check.
Okay.
So roll me strength or dexterity.
Oh, I'm not rolling dexterity.
Oh god. He has disadvantage on this because he's drunk. You grab him, and to throw him, I would like you to make an attack roll.
Oh yeah. Unarmed or attack roll.
Just make an
D20.
attack roll. We're gonna see how. We're gonna see if this actually hurts him or not.
Is that with proficiency or without?
We're gonna say without proficiency. That'll hit. Yeah. You chuck him at a wall. And it's at this point that someone screams, "Bar fight!" As multiple people stand up and start punching each other. You see farmers, you see prisoners, all start trying to beat the crap out of each other.
Joker Jack looks at who's with him again?
With you?
Yeah, laying on the floor.
Oh, laying on the floor with you? Klaus and Zell are both laying on the floor with you.
Should we join in on the fun or just lay here?
I feel like I'm too dizzy. Well, let's go.
Alright. Let's get up.
Zell proceeds to stand up and hit somebody in the face with a food platter.
Roll to hit. Just roll a d20 and add your strength. Or your dex. I'll allow both in this case.
20.
Good lord. You take a food platter and bash a random civilian's face with it.
Klaus,
He just falls to the ground.
Klaus gets up and drop kicks a farmer.
Roll.
17.
Good lord. These people are commoners!
The most level-headed one started it.
You watch as Ariel, seeing what's going on, immediately climbs under a table.
Guys, I think we need to get her out of here.
Yulant, yeah, it's Yulant's going to be the guy who does that, considering he started all this.
As you go to reach for her,
Just-
you watch as Hessick, the snake man, stands back up and says, "Why, you little..."
Joker Jack just put his hand over his face. Just use Eldritch Blast on him.
It's technically Yulant's turn.
Yeah. Okay.
You watch as he's about to cast a spell.
Okay.
Is he close enough that I can just, like, run and shoulder tackle him back into the wall?
I mean, the room's own... I mean, you're in, like, the... You threw him, like, 10 feet. So I think, yeah, you could probably run straight up to him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run to him and just, like, shoulder tackle him into the wall.
You shoulder tackle this man into a wall. Roll to hit, although I don't think it's gonna matter.
9.
That actually misses. He drunkenly
good.
stumbles out of the way. And what nasty spell am I going to have him cast on you?
Mm-hmm. Hit me, motherfucker.
Can I hit him before he casts that spell?
Sadly, no. It is now the enemy turn.
Can I hit him after he casts the spell?
Joker Jack doesn't have the...
Yeah, I
this
think
is-
it's your turn next.
This is very freeform. Hang on. I have to look up his
Sounds good.
technical spell list.
So Joker Jack is too drunk to fight. Got it.
No, you can fight.
You're drunk.
Yeah.
It's not your turn,
It
dude.
just makes it a lot better. You ain't gonna feel it till tomorrow.
Let's just say he's too drunk.
Yeah, he'll cast a level 1 magic missile on you.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I need another D4.
It doesn't miss either, is the thing.
Yeah, you are correct.
How much damage is Yulant taking?
6 plus...
Just so we're all aware, depending on how much I take, I might activate Well of Darkness.
6 plus 3, so 9.
Oh shit.
As these bolts hit you, but I also have to now roll a d20.
Oh, yay.
Nope, no effect goes off.
Okay, cool.
Joker, it is now your turn. You do see all of these people drunkenly stumbling around and beating the crap out of each other. You also see Yulant in what appears to be some kind of fight with this snake man.
Yeah, I'm sick of this guy. The same.
You're gonna hold up you're gonna fire an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
This is gonna be fine.
In the words of Chuckles, I cast gun, prepare to meet God.
Okay,
Good lord.
okay, roll is a 15.
That will hit. Someone remind me what the damage on Eldritch Blast is.
1d10?
Roll 1d10. No bonuses, because he did not take a single bonus for Eldritch Blast.
Where is the 10?
Why?
Because he really wanted to soup up his familiar.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
It is a...
Man, I've got some Hyatts going, man.
So you deal 2 damage to this guy. You watch as this blast of... Actually, describe what your Eldritch Blast looks like. Seeing as you are a specific kind of warlock. What does your Eldritch Blast look like?
A screaming skull.
For Celestial?
Nah, there's a little fox. There's a jolly little fox.
You watch as what looks like a fox shoots out of his hand and smacks into this Sneckman's face.
Pick on someone you can use magic, you
Zell, it is now your turn.
Joker. Hey, someone can use magic, you handbag.
Alright, it's my turn.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm Zale goes over there and hits the snake man with not one, but 2 food platters.
You pick up 2 food platters and you use them like drums on him. Is that what?
Like a gong, or
Like the
Symbol.
yeah,
Timberings.
Symbols. Thunderclap.
symbols with the uppercut finish.
All right, roll to hit.
I rolled a 12.
That's enough to hit him. This dude does not have a high armor class. You smack him. Roll. We're gonna call this 1d4 damage.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
Oh shit, I rolled a 3.
You hit him, and I'm gonna take in consideration all the damage he's took. You knock him unconscious.
Yes.
He falls to the ground. Klaus, it is now your turn as you drunkenly stumble to your feet. You honestly should have been rolling attacks at disadvantage, but honestly, this is too fun for me to care.
So that guy's knocked out completely. He's
Yeah,
not getting back up.
he seems to be unconscious at this point.
Okay, Klaus is just gonna shoulder charge another farmer.
Roll to hit.
Klaus has it out for the farmers.
17.
Good lord. Another farmer goes flying.
Klaus, remember, they grow the food that you're eating.
I know, that's why I'm so mad, because they've got all the food and I don't.
You launch, it is your turn as Ariel continues to cower under the table, away from the fighting.
Yulant is at this point at half health. So he's going to do what he was going to do originally and get Ariel TF out of here. Because
Okay,
honestly, that he kind of got stuck.
Yeah, he took all the damage for us. We just had fun and he took all the damage.
Oh yeah, no. By the way, if he hadn't gotten knocked out, I was about to activate Well of Darkness and slam his head into a wall. So
You're welcome.
oh god.
yeah, no.
I mean,
But,
you can still
but I'm
do
gonna
it,
go.
he's just unconscious.
No, there's no reason now.
Yeah.
Yulant no longer has a reason to do so. Yeah, so he's just gonna take Ariel and get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, but with the
Sounds
fact
like
you threw him across the room, slammed him to a wall, and then he got Eldritch Blast by one guy, and then
Thundered by another.
Thunderclapped by another. I have to say he's unconscious at this point. I am sorry he
but-
got so many hits off on you.
We are grabbing the small lady and and exiting the tavern.
So you reach under the table towards her. As she looks very scared, what do you say to her?
Come on, lass. My fight's over here. Let's get out.
She will take your hand and follow you. The door is within your distance, and I will count her turn and your turn together. You can make your way to the door, where you're met with Cora, who glares at both of you.
No, lass.
I'm going to give Joker Jack, Zell, and Klaus each one more action before I do what was going to happen in the what was going to happen regardless of anything.
Yeah.
So Joker, what do you do?
Alright, boys, let's get out of here. We did our job.
So you start making your way towards the door?
Yep.
Alright. Zell, what do you do?
put a little food in my pocket, and I follow the rest of them.
Klaus?
How many farmers were in this tavern?
A bunch of them. Like,
Okay,
this is like the...
so Klaus,
This is like the
Klaus is going
local
after another farmer.
hotspot.
Klaus was going to walk to the door, and a ton of farmers surrounded him, and then he just like jumps at them, and then he just lets them walk through because they didn't want it.
All right, and then as you guys are walking towards the door, you hear, boom. Does anyone turn to look and see what happened?
Joker Jack.
Klaus was too drunk.
Joker Jack did.
Joker Jack, you turn around, you see the fairy bartender with a shotgun in her hand that is about as big as she is. She has fired up into the ceiling, and everybody has just gone quiet. Quit fighting in my bar!
Yeah,
Sit your asses down!
Joker Jack's like, get out quickly, get out quickly.
Cora, who is looking at you, Yolante, rolls her eyes and says, "Get to third house."
I miss. Before he actually leaves, Yolante's going to take 20 gold out of his pouch and just kind of throw it in the direction of the bar.
Alright. Okay. You throw it in the direction of the bar. I'm going to say
And Klaus
Mirabelle. Mirabelle immediately catches it out of the frickin' sky. This is her bar. She knows where that money goes.
And Klaus says, "Good thing we have a rich friend."
No,
know,
you just
right?
have a friend who's good at cards.
All right, and you are walked out of the tavern. It is into the cool night air of New Hillside.
Joker Jack. Okay, let's try this again. Now I'm sober up.
Yes, the cold air does sober you up a little bit. You're still very drunk, but you're a little bit better off. As you snap your fingers, Bubble comes back. I can't believe you took my chance to drink. You're an awful... As you hug your face again.
Let's pull him up. Let's grab his hat out.
Yeah, he still has your hat.
You thief.
You told me to hold it.
Yeah, not with you.
What? I can't win. As you are all walked back to the third house, Ariel turns to you, Yolante, and says, sorry about that. I just, I'm not a big fan of conflict.
Oh, no worries, miss. I don't much care for pushy men.
Yeah, well,
At least we knocked him out.
yeah. I just wish it hadn't started an entire bar fight.
I thought you were going to kill
That's
Joker
okay.
Jack.
Actually, our rich friend caused the bar fight.
We just finished it.
Yolante's gonna turn to Jack. I'm sorry, were you not about to start a bar fight?
No.
Klaus
Would you like
looks
to
at
roll
everyone and says,
deception?
Huh?
I'm having Joker Jack roll deception. Roll insight, Yolante.
Okay.
10.
10.
You match. He's lying through his teeth.
Oh. Right.
Ariel will say, anyway, thank you guys for, I guess, sticking up for me.
No issue, Les.
Not a
there-
problem.
Cora says, oh, there are issues, but we'll talk about it in the morning. As you reach third house, and she opens up the door. Get in.
Hey, yo.
Aye.
And as you are marched back to your bedrooms, there is where we're going to take a break, because good lord do I need a drink. So if you want to go grab a snack or grab a drink, this is the moment we're going to take to do that.
I've been eating for the past 5 minutes.
I'm going to go grab something to drink because my throat is so raw.
Blave, I'll go grab a beer.
Just don't say the name brand. You know, I had a feeling a bar fight would start. I didn't know how that was going to go, but I had a feeling that would happen the moment I had Hessek try to flirt with Ariel.
But of course.
I just didn't know which one of you would be sober enough to actually do something about it.
Oh God, I just remember the rat.
Yeah, that rat's just somewhere else now.
We forgot the rat.
Perfect, because we were laying on the floor and then I could use my tail.
Of course. Like, I mean, you have the tail. I'm gonna let you do something flavorful with it.
Who
If you want to punch somebody with your tail later, I'll let you.
Okay.
It's technically an unarmed attack. I will say there are going to be several farmers waking up with frickin' headaches in the morning because of you.
You really did do a number on the farmers. You was only aiming at the farmers.
I feel like Klaus would have... Oh, sorry.
Because they have the food, man. I don't know, I just picked them instead of the other guys.
I feel like...
Speaking of which, you want to roll?
Roll.
Yeah, I put food in my pocket when we left.
Oh.
It's still fine. A half-elf beat you at a drinking contest.
I know.
I do think that's funny. You had advantage.
I know. I can't believe I got 2 nat 20s in a row, though.
That was so good. I love that.
But it's still fine. Joker Jack's still standing.
I love the fact you got 2 nat 20s in a row. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was insane. Why couldn't those come at the end? Like, instead. That's just how it goes sometimes.
The funny thing is...
I had a feeling... What?
The funny thing is Joker Jack didn't even roll a nat 20 on that last check. He rolled a soft 20.
Damn.
He had an 18 plus 2.
Yeah, see, the reason I knew about the poison thing, me and Makoto talked about this earlier, so I knew that I had advantage. That's why I challenged you to a drinking game.
Okay. Dominic's back.
Okay. My throat's a little bit better now.
You're welcome.
Dominic has a legally indistinct sweet tea.
Legally indistinct sweet tea. Okay.
That makes me think it's not legal.
I have a off-brand cola.
Me too. And
I have
Okay,
an
well-
off-brand cold one.
I have a tea made by a fast food company who bottles tea.
I think I know what you're drinking.
It's purple.
For a little bit, and then the last couple of times she's got it, it tasted like dirt.
Yeah. Extra sweet.
I'm not a big tea
It
drinker.
really depends where you buy them.
Huh?
I don't know why, but it seems like it depends on where you buy them.
It really does.
It probably does. I
get them out of the same place, so.
I have learned never to buy. I have learned to never buy canned Sprite. And the reason is, I have bought canned Sprite, and I don't know what they do to the cans before they put them in the box, but there were cans I would get that would taste like grease.
Ew.
And I couldn't drink it because it tasted like grease. Steven even tried it and he couldn't drink the can.
Sprite is meant for 1 liters and 2 liters, okay?
Yeah. Same thing with 7-Up, actually.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going
I
to
don't
get
really
either of
like
those,
7-Up
if you're going to
much,
get either
but
of those, buy them
sure.
in a bottle.
Not like they've been in a.
Bottles are always better anyway.
What was that?
I said bottles are better anyway on anything,
Bottles
if
are...
you ask me.
Well, I would say fountain. If you can get a drink out of a fountain, that's probably the best way to drink it. But yes, bottle is definitely the close second.
I disagree in the case of root beer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I feel
it's
that,
specifically
actually.
it's specifically because the certain brand of root beer, the best one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one you consider the best one, because there are 2 that they sell at the local store.
The
And-
one that is also a fast food chain.
Oh, okay.
The one with aged vanilla
Yeah.
tastes better when it is slightly flat.
It
It really does.
I don't think I've ever tasted it when it was flat. Although
It brings out the vanilla.
I will say when I drink that particular brand, every time I've drank it, there's something about it that makes my stomach start hurting after a few drinks. I don't know what it is about it.
Probably the root.
It might be, but I mean, I drink the other brand, the one with the dog on it, all the time.
Horrible. Burn it. Burn it with fire.
I like it. It's been a bit since I've had the other one, so maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, no, just fast food restaurant root beer and vanilla ice cream.
So a root beer float.
Damn straight.
I don't blame you. Those things are pretty good. I had a Coke float once. That tasted weird.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it wasn't
Dr.
bad.
Pepper.
It wasn't bad. It was just weird. You say Dr. Pepper float, Patrick?
Yeah. You ever had one of those?
It's a cherry cola. It can't taste all that bad.
Is Dr. Pepper supposed to be a cherry cola?
It is spicy cherry.
Like spicy cherry doesn't require 23, 27 flavors. I feel
Well,
like
they did. They figured it out.
Didn't they?
I feel like it's not that complicated to make a spiced fruit flavor.
Do you work in the... Actually, never mind. Are you a chemist?
No,
I was about to ask whether or not you work in the food industry, but
we all know the answer to that question.
No.
Absolutely not.
You want someone to die? That's not the reason. He's not. Thank God.
Anyway, all right. Does everyone feel good to start back?
Yep.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Warning: we're beginning heavy.
Ooh, yes.
Oh yay.
Eventually,
Or what?
you are all brought back to your room. You are brought back to your room 420, with the green door and the leaf on it. And you all go to your individual beds. Each of your beds has a sort of privacy curtain, so if you want to like get dressed in private or have it and starts getting out of her armor and ready for bed. Is there anything that any of you want to do before bed? I know that 3 of you are drunk, but
Joker Jack just face painted his bed.
all right. Joke is going straight to sleep.
Yolanta's going to treat whatever wounds he can as best as possible. He's at half health.
Klaus goes to jump on the bed and misses and just stays on the floor.
I'm gonna guess he's too drunk to think about the letter that he left in his bag.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Joker Jet just look at the injured comrade. You want
No,
me to
actually-
heal
Yulant,
Yeah.
did you hear Joker Jack?
No.
Yeah, I say, you want me to heal you?
That would be much appreciated, yes.
Yeah,
That man really screwed me up.
Okay, I use Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have it immediately at max level.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do is you're going to go to actions, and then you have a. Why do you not have a cure wound action?
I don't know.
Annoying. Anyway, you're gonna go to spells. You're going to find cure wounds, and you're going to cast. You click that.
You have 12.
You get back 12 HP. As Joker Jack places his hands on you, and a bright orange and yellow light coalesces and heals your injuries.
Well, thank you for that, mate. Damn near tip-top shape.
No problem. Don't wake me up until I get over my hangover.
And then he
Alright.
face plants into his bed.
Yolant is going to, after shucking his armor, just like calmly climb into bed and just go to sleep.
Alright. Zell, is there anything that you do?
Well, I take my armor off, get ready for bed, kind of just kick back and have a smoke, and then I lay on down.
Alright. Yulant, you're in a dark place. You're surrounded by blackness. There is a single light in the room shining over top of you like a spotlight. You see nothing for miles, maybe. And then another light appears. In it, you see standing a individual dressed in white and gold armor with a greatsword. And before him, you see a individual dressed in peasant garb on their knees, hands and feet tied. Make a perception check with advantage.
Okay. 23.
You recognize the face of the civilian. You know that face because it's one of the many faces that went into your high priest's office and never left. You watch as the man in white and gold armor lifts his sword and goes to execute the man. What do you do?
I would like to attempt, at the very least, to draw my own great sword and block it with the flat of my own blade.
As you attempt to reach for your own blade, you feel nothing. And as you attempt to move forward in some attempt to block the blade, you immediately find chains wrapped around your arms and legs. As the man in white and gold armor removes the head of the civilian before you. The light dims, and then flashes again. Another civilian. Another familiar face. The blade moves. What do you do?
Just going to attempt to pull at
The chains and try to move yourself forward, but it is of no use. As another head falls to the ground. The light dims. Another face. The blade moves. What do you do?
Um, if I may expend a Well of Darkness point,
What would you like to do with the Well of Darkness point?
I am simply going to activate the effects of Dark Side, uh, which, once activated, fills my body with dark power for a number of rounds equal to my Charisma mod, to add necrotic damage to any melee weapon attack that I do, and I'm going to then attempt to, like, pull or bite at the chains
So
again.
all right, you let this darkness that you let this power that you have only somewhat tested, a power that you have only really had experience with for 2.5
Couple months.
years, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably since the incident with the prison guard, as you attempt to pull at this chains, calling on this dark power within. I will let you roll a flat strength check.
Ooh.
What did
That
you roll?
one.
It is of no use, as the head falls from another civilian. At this point, the man in white and gold armor turns to look at you, and he goes to remove his helmet. Zell,
Yes.
you're in a dark place. There is only a single light directly above you, like a spotlight. You are surrounded by darkness for what seems like miles. Suddenly, 2 more spotlights appear. One in front of you, one beside you. Beside you, you see a man dressed in green armor, his face fully covered, and he wields a bow. In front of you, you see a target. Your bow is in your hands. You feel an urge to fire an arrow. What do you do?
I shoot the target.
Roll to hit.
Well, this thing would work. It's not rolling. There it goes. Okay, I rolled a 4. I missed.
You do
Most likely.
miss. And then you watch as the green armored man pulls back the string of his bow and fires. And he hits at the edge of the target. He hits where you would have hit if you hadn't missed. You feel the need to fire another arrow. What do you do?
I shake it off and I fire another arrow.
Roll to hit. Now you are rolling a d20, right?
What?
Okay, so do you see the picture of a die at the bottom of the screen?
Yes.
Click that, and the one at the
Okay.
very top is what you need to roll.
I rolled a 5.
You miss again.
Damn it.
The green armored man fires his arrow. He hits the exact spot you would have hit if you hadn't missed. You feel the need to fire another arrow. What do you do?
I'm gonna hit this target. I've gotta hit the target. Okay. 14.
You hit on the third ring from the bullseye. The man in green armor pulls out his bow, fires an arrow, and he hits the second ring from the bullseye.
Okay, this dude's starting to piss me off.
Would you say that Zell is getting frustrated?
A little bit, yeah.
The man in green armor turns and looks at you, and he goes to remove his helmet. Klaus. You find yourself
Yeah, I can hear
in
you.
a black space. There is only a single light directly above you, like a spotlight. It quickly expands, and around you is a familiar sight. An arena. You see, at the other corner of the arena, an individual wearing a demonic mask and dressed in all red. He points towards you, and then he points to the side. As you turn to look, you see an area that you're also familiar with. It's the place where they would keep the prizes. In it, you see your bed. He points at you again, and then gives you the "come and get me" sign with his hand. What do you do?
Well, Klaus goes and gets him.
All right. Roll a d20.
Forward.
He grabs you and he pins you to the ground. You watch as your bed is moved from your prize pool to his. He points again. In the prize pool, you see your bag of things. The bag you keep all of your stuff in. You are standing again. He gives you a "come and get me." Roll a d20.
Jesus. 2.
He slams you to the ground. Your bag is moved into his prize pool. He points again. Standing in your prize pool, you see your mother. What do you do?
You still have expert.
Am I back up again?
You are back up again. What do you do?
Cost attacks.
Roll a d20.
12.
He grabs you and slams you to the ground. As the prize pool is being gathered, he reaches up to remove his mask. Joker.
Oh, good.
You find yourself in a dark place, with a single light, like a spotlight, over you. Another light appears. You're on a stage. Before you is a crowd. It's time to perform. Roll me a performance check. That's in skills.
Oh. And skills.
Yes.
Alright.
P.
GP. Right there.
Yes, that's the one.
12, that's 17.
You begin doing one of your many acts works. The crowd is... Good lord, what was that?
That was probably my thumb brushing against my mic.
Okay.
Okay.
The crowd is clapping and celebrating, but in the crowd you see a person wearing a tragedy mask, dressed in black. They're not laughing. They're not clapping.
I do an insight check.
You may try.
Where's that insight?
I. Yep, that's the one.
Right there?
No. Up.
Right here?
Yes.
Ooh, 8. 9.
You don't know what to think, but he clearly doesn't like your show. What do you do?
I don't know the patron can hear me of this.
You feel no connection to your patron at this moment. But you feel the need to perform. You feel the need to satisfy this person in the crowd. What do you do?
Yeah. Ask for a apple.
So you're going to do another
Yeah.
performance check.
Yeah. And probably cast Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Performance is... it's right there.
You know the 318.
They give you these apples, and you cast Shadow Blade as you, I assume you do a thing where you toss them up in the air and chop them into many slices in quick succession. The crowd claps and claps and claps. This person in the cloud just looks at you. What do you do?
Just mentioned curious.
Are you going to do another performance check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pull out my hat. And it's like, Bubbles, I hope you can hear me.
You perform?
Yeah. And it is 9.
You go in for a big finale, and but you feel this weight of this person judging you, and you can't stack up, and you lose the entire crowd. They all move away as this man approaches you and begins to lift his mask. You all wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. You all wake up. Bang, 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 bang. To the sound of someone banging very loudly on a pan. The three of you are in utter agony.
What happened last night?
I think we drank too much.
Did anybody
I
see
think
We
that?
definitely
Drink it
drank
all.
too much.
Did anybody see a horse that kicked me?
What did you say, Yulant?
I didn't drink at all.
Well, I have one question. Did I win?
No, you just got kicked by a horse.
Well, I have one question. Did I win?
You won.
May I ask a long rest or full rest?
It is a
What?
long rest. You are all back up to full HP. You all have your spell slots back.
Yeah.
Only one of you has spell slots, so it only matters to one of you, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just cast my spells by losing HP.
The individual in your room who made the loud noise, you see Cora. And she says, I hope you're all happy with yourselves with what you did last night. You're gonna be paying for it today. Get downstairs and eat breakfast. It's gonna be a long one.
What, the breakfast? Great.
It's going to be a long day, Klaus.
Alright, so that's not at first.
You
but
didn't
yeah.
take any. Oh wait, actually no, you guys did have damage because
Yeah.
of the freaking shock rock thing on your neck.
Yeah. Yeah, we took 3. I took 3. I don't remember how many you took.
I took 5.
Yeah, you took 5 because you failed the Constitution saving throw.
And
Do y'all not just have a long rest button?
There is in fact a long rest button on D&D Beyond somewhere.
Joker Jack.
Okay.
Where is it? Oh, I found it. It's under your armor class.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the long rest button
Is
is
it,
under
is it
armor.
the little fire pit thing? Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
That is the
Yep.
long rest.
I have it under just like the extra bar on the side of my screen.
Sadly, the D&D Beyond app is really weird. And the mobile version of the website's not much better. But I will say, Klaus, you heard food.
Rushes downstairs.
Is Klaus going to try and jump down to the bottom floor again?
Why not?
I'm going to say this: if you roll a nat 20, I will never make you roll for this again. But roll dexterity to see if you faceplant.
9.
You jump, your foot gets caught on the banister, you smack your head against the bottom of the thing, your foot comes undone, and you eat shit on the floor.
Joker Jack does look down. Nope. Just walk down the stairs this time.
Klaus looks up and says, "You guys gonna try it?"
Nope.
Nope, don't think so, son.
Unless I use you as a cuffing cushion, no.
I'm not going to make you take damage for that, though I absolutely should.
But it's funny. I'm gonna do it every time.
I'm sure you will. Oh, whoa, what the heck was that?
That was alcohol, and then knocked over cotton balls.
Alright, so you all make your way downstairs and get your breakfast. Your breakfast is a very humble porridge. There is an option for a sort of sweet syrup that can go on it. It doesn't look to be honey, but it is. It apparently is edible because you see other people using it.
Yolanta is gonna grab him some of that.
What was that?
Yolanta's gonna grab him some of that.
You get the porridge. You get the. Do you put the syrup in it?
Yes.
Okay. It's good. You've had better porridge. The sweet syrup definitely helps.
Joker Jack just realized. Oh crap! The rat.
You're gonna be worried about that rat for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah. That's random.
I'm pretty sure he's still at the bar having a better time than we did last night.
Anybody ask? It wasn't me. I don't know that rat.
Klaus, I assume you get 2 helpings of the porridge.
Dude, he's wondering if he can get 3.
Klaus is walking away with a pot. What are you talking about?
Klaus is just adding as much syrup as he possibly can until they make him stop.
They do eventually make you stop. Your porridge ends up more syrup than porridge.
Perfect.
He's gonna be in a sugar coma.
Ariel does
He's gonna
not.
need it after that salt.
I will say that Ariel does not add any syrup to her porridge. She eats it plain.
Klaus raises his hand and said, "Can I have her syrup?"
No, you have too much.
Here, you can have mine.
No, don't give him more.
Joker Jack just slipped his porridge to him.
Joker Jack gives you his porridge.
He just instantly just slurps it down. Hey, can he get more?
Good lord. Zell, the wait was cold.
Cold, yeah.
Mm.
And it's certainly better than the gruel they served you while you were in prison.
It reminds me of the gruel we've been serving in the prison.
Man, what are you talking about, man? This stuff's delicious.
It's rather tasty.
Ariel will say, I've had worse.
I have plenty.
Right?
The church actually served us rather well.
Oh, really? What's it like working for a church?
Strict.
Yeah, that sounds about like my upbringing, too.
Oh no, I think you'll find my upbringing was quite free, comparatively.
So why did you change that?
Young and dumb.
Well, I'm still relatively young. I hope I skip the dumb part.
Klaus
That
looks
is a
at the
good
man.
idea.
Klaus looks at the management. I bet you the church gave him all the syrup he wanted.
The management, if that's what we're going to call them, look at you and say, "You hush."
Speaking of which,
Can I get some more syrup?
dragon?
Bubbles pops out from under your hat and says, "You call?" Ooh, porridge! Huh? He grabs a big mouthful and just sort of swallows it down. Kind of like a bird eating a fish, just...
I am no cleric. I'll tell you that.
Any
No, but I
clerics
used to work
around
with
here?
Plenty of them, but none of them can cast that.
You're all useless.
Lord.
I am
Remember that they do in fact heal.
Okay, maybe you're not useless, but for right now you are.
Joker Jack looks out of you. I'm a Lordlock, thank you.
Oh right. Thank you for that, by the way. Again.
You're welcome. I send you the bill.
You've taken your rest. But I reckon you should have that back.
It's about this moment when there is the front door. You hear a knocking on the front door, and you watch as Malik gets up from the head table in this sort of mess hall and goes and opens it. And when he does, Yulant, you see some very familiar robes. As you see someone dressed in robes of the worshippers of Solosis.
Tension.
Entering in is an individual with this sort of short cut hair. He's got they have kind of a it's kind of like, I guess it's like an undercut would be the correct term. I'm not good with hair terminology, so you'll have to bear with me. They're dressed in a long white gold, and there's like a few orange accents on this robe. The sleeves almost cover their hands, but kind of stop short. And the robe itself goes all the way to the floor. You cannot see their feet. The individual wearing it, you can't... Gender indeterminate. But they seem to be carrying a basket, which is immediately handed over to Malik. And you hear them sort of... You kind of hear the muttering of them talking to one another. Before Malik points over to you guys at your table, and they walk over to you.
Dear, oh dear.
What we do?
Malik looks at you and says, before I answer that, how's your hangover?
Good!
Your head vibrates.
Good, sir! How are you?
I heard about what happened last night, and I think it only appropriate that you be given the first job of the day. I would like to introduce you to someone.
To be fair, he started.
Jack, I will choke slam.
Oh, Jack.
He gestures to the individual and says, this is Lightbearer Gleam. They are the representative of Solosis here in New Hillside. They're part of the consular government. They represent the interests of individuals back in Vashnarava. They are also the assistant to Father Throm at the church. And they have a job for you. Gleam will step up and say, yes, I do have a job for you all. A cart was left outside of the temple yesterday in preparation to be hauled off to the front lines. But at some point during the night, it was taken without really any indication of what had happened. The cart itself contained multiple supplies meant for the war effort, including multiple barrels of Veilstone. All of you may roll intelligence check to see what you know about Veilstone.
Flat.
Yeah, flat intelligence.
12.
And it is
I got a 10.
13.
Wait, we're all rolling intelligence.
Yes. I'm excited to hear what Klaus's roll is.
Yeah, because mine's really low. 12.
That's not bad, all things considered.
Not with a -1.
What you all know about Veilstone is that it is mineral that has been altered by the presence of a shard of glass. That the energies coming in from other planes have infused it with energy from that plane. You also know that it is commonly used to make weapons and armor. It is very difficult to do this. To do this with Veilstone, you have to be a special type of smith to do so. But that is the extent of your knowledge.
That is quite troubling.
Indeed, especially if it was taken by devils or demons.
Reckon a sort like that wouldn't have too much issue finding a smith of some sort.
Exactly. I was wondering if some of the individuals from one of the three houses would not mind looking to see if they can find any clues of what might have happened and where it might have gone, and possibly recover the cart.
Sounds like a decent job to me. How about you, lads?
We're in. I'm in.
What the?
Good.
Sounds simple.
Malik goes, good. If you had said no, I would have made you do it anyway.
I had that feeling.
Gleam, show them the way to the temple. If you need to stop anywhere on the way there, let them know. Thinking about it, you should each stop by Darwin's blacksmith shop. You need silver weapons.
So, quick question.
Yes.
Yulant used to work for a church.
Yes.
Do you reckon his weapon might have been silvered at some point? Or was he doing more slightly lower level, non-extra planar work?
You would have been doing slightly lower level work. You would have been, based on your backstory, you were closer to a
crusading rather than
you were closer to, say, a high-ranking, like, guard of, essentially, I'm not going to say the Pope, because the person you work for wasn't the Pope, but they were pretty high.
But like a cardinal or something.
Yes, you were essentially a very elite bodyguard, essentially, who occasionally went out and did jobs with other groups of people.
Just checking.
Yeah, so no, you wouldn't necessarily have a silver blade at this moment in time, but it's very easy to silver a weapon, and without much of a check, you get the feeling that silvered weapons are probably pretty common in a place like this, considering what you're fighting.
Well then, Tellio lads, let's get going.
Excellent. Follow me. You watch as Gleam walks back through the door, and just before you guys leave, Cora puts an arm in front of you and stops you. And then she holds up a box.
What now?
She holds up a box, and she pulls out 5 armbands. Each of you have to put one of these on.
Yep.
Okay.
It's how you'll be
Anything special about these, or?
No.
Roll Arcana. Anyone who wants to, roll Arcana.
Oh. Okay, where's Arcana?
A.
Okay. Right here?
Up.
Yeah, 6. I was asking more, because I'm marking it, I have to create an item for that to put it on.
17.
So the armband itself is... Oh, did anyone else roll the Arcana roll?
I got an 18.
Oh. Well, both of you, both Joker and Zell, both detect... Yeah, these things are magical. Cora will explain. These are essentially... They're essentially how we track you while you're on the job. They're also your door key. No one can enter this building properly without wearing one. You will all, thinking back, you all recall that you were never the ones who opened the front door of the building. It was always opened for you. These will let you come and go mostly as you please, though there is a structure to how things work here. This is your... Think of it as a punishment job for the incident last night.
So we put this on a arm.
Doesn't matter what arm you put it on. Doesn't matter if you put it on your arm. You can put it anywhere.
These are also used to track how long we've been here, yeah?
Yes. Currently, yours only have third on them, so a 3 RD.
Wait, so you said we can wear them however we wanted?
Yes, you can tie them around anything.
Klaus wears his as a necklace. Think of how they do in Naruto. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
someone
absolutely.
wear them around their neck.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it New Hillside?
New Hillside is the name of the town, yes.
Joker Jack just make a belt buckle out of his.
So you tie it around your belt?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
with the fur house marked in front.
Zell, is there any specific way you put yours on?
I just slide mine on my arm like a normal human being.
Ariel does the same, just sort of puts it on. Doesn't
Wow,
really.
you guys aren't creative.
Aunt, is there anything special you do to yours?
Just upper arm. Nothing special.
Sticks in the mud. That's all you, free arm. No fun at all.
All right. I wear mine around my head like a ninja.
There you go.
Ariel keeps hers where it is.
Fine, I'll play your game. And you'll kind of like wrap it around his knuckles and wrist.
Okay.
Peer pressure.
Ariel keeps hers right where it is. I like it on my arm.
There's no pressures.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Alright, you are all able to leave, and Gleam does stop by the blacksmith, where you see Darwin, this 20-some-year-old man with a full dwarven-style beard, just hammering away at some tool, probably for a farmer, maybe for one of the prisoners, who knows. He sees you all walk up and say, "Well, hello again. What do y'all need?"
Going out on the job, looking to get our weapons silvered. Yulant will pull his great sword off of the holding on his back and pull a dagger out of his boot as well.
Oh,
and
that's an
place
easy
it
one.
wherever.
Oh, that's an easy one. We don't charge for the first time you do that, but then if you get a new weapon that you need silvered, you have to pay for that one.
I think I.
So you're not going to charge me for the great sword, but you are the dagger.
No. The dagger we won't charge for either. Just the next time you come to see me and need a weapon silvered.
I think
Right.
my spells are fine, but just in case, just pull out the dagger.
Oh, okay.
Unless I find something of a bit more magical potence, I don't think that will be often.
If I need to heal you again, I'm charging you.
I will say that Darwin looks at you, Klaus, and says, "I get the feeling you don't use weapons."
What I was gonna see is there any way he could make a silver hoof, like something to go on my hoofs? You know what I mean? When I kick them.
Silver horseshoes.
Yeah.
You want to know something funny? He reaches down and
And
he
a silver
pulls
tip
out
for the
a set
tail.
of horseshoes. He pulls out horseshoes that are silver.
Okay, so does that mean when we're fighting these things that I need to kick them and not punch them because it won't affect them, or?
He will say, "I also have something if you still want to punch." One moment.
Yeah.
He reaches
Yeah, we might
under
as well do both.
and he essentially pulls out a knuckle duster.
Okay.
He pulls out a
It's
set
technically slashing damage.
of... let me correct myself. He pulls out I believe it's called brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles.
Except in this
Same
case,
thing.
they're silver knuckles.
Silver knuckles.
Essentially, this doesn't really count as a weapon. It more or less acts as a wondrous item that that makes it so that your unarmed attacks are considered silvered.
Okay.
And he looks at you, Zell, and says, I see that bow. I'ma guess you need silver arrows.
That would be nice. And I will also like my dagger and my trident to be silvered as well.
Hey, not a problem. So he puts all the items you want silvered. He puts all the items you want silvered on the table. He actually just hands you a bundle of silver arrows. He hands you 20 silver arrows, Zell.
Thank you, sir.
Somewhere on your sheet, you should probably mark those. I will probably lose track of how many arrows you have at some point. Honestly, I'm not super worried about it.
Probably that's me, honestly.
But just make sure you have marked that you do have silver arrows on your person.
I'm sure we'll find an unending quiver at some point.
Right.
Probably.
Can he just like silver my quiver and like when I put my arrows into it, they just
I feel like that would be a magical item.
That would be a
of some
magic
sort.
item, and that would cost you money.
And not a small
much?
amount.
And
Yeah, I was
not
gonna
a
say-
small amount, no. That would cost you
You better-
money, and you would probably have to go find parts to make it.
Whereas in an ending quiver, I would assume you could just like put a silver arrow in it and just have arrows.
Unlimited. Yeah.
Yeah, more or less. But you watch as he
that
takes
sounds better.
you watch as he takes all the weapons that you want silvered, and you watch as he takes a lump of silver ore and sits on top of them. Then he takes a torch and sits it next to the silver ore. Then he picks up his smithing hammer. Bing! You watch as a bright flash goes out. And when it dies back down, all of your weapons are now silvered. Which is technically a quality that can be added to weapons, if I remember correctly. I just currently don't worry about doing it right now, because it would take too long to find it. Honestly, I could probably do it later by accessing your character sheets, except for Dom, you have to add it yourself.
What?
There is a silvered, technically there is a silvered status for weapons on D&D Beyond that you can just, go into the settings of the weapon and click. I will go hunting for that later. Don't worry about it now. Dom, you could probably add it if you wanted to. Just to make absolutely sure you know that you have a silvered weapon. But with that, Gleam nods to
I found it.
Gleam nods to Darwin, and you all walk further into New Hillside. As you travel through New Hillside, you see more of the people wandering around early in the morning, most of them being farmers heading out to their plots of land to pull in crops and things like that. You see a few miners coming in from what you assume must be the Veilstone mine. Most of them look like they're covered in dust and debris. They all look tired, and a few of them look like they're headed directly for the tavern. Others look like they're headed directly home before they have to get back up and go back. A few heads turn as you a few heads turn and look at you, and a few people are definitely weary of you. You get the feeling that most people definitely know what you are, who and what you're supposed to be.
Tough crowd.
And it makes a lot of them. Huh?
They said tough crowd, and I said we're just superstars.
I think and Ariel speaks up, I think we make them uncomfortable. I mean, how would you feel if a bunch of criminals were just living in your town at all times, and they were the only thing between you and probably certain death?
Nah, I think it's this guy's mustache.
Who are you pointing to?
They're definitely Klaus.
Yeah, Klaus.
You don't talk about a mustache.
I use disguise self on Klaus.
You can only use disguise self on yourself.
Yeah, this
You should disguise yourself as me, so there's two
Yes.
mustaches.
What do you think?
You see Joker Jack move his hand over his face, and immediately he changes completely and looks identical to you.
What do you think? Twisting the mustache. What do you think?
Except he is about 2 feet shorter.
Yeah.
You have a mini-me.
And wearing the wrong clothes.
Yeah.
Wait, when he disguises itself, does it change the dragon any?
No.
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 Oh,
Sadly, that doesn't work.
Yeah, sadly, no. Bubbles is still a small white dragon.
But I can change
Oh,
the familiar.
He can technically
polymorph
change
into
what
a
his
rat.
he can technically change what his familiar looks like.
okay.
You guys don't know what the frick the rat was about. It just popped out of nowhere. Just came out of nowhere. I mean, you could ask Bubbles.
I changed back.
think-
You change. Joker Jack changes back into himself.
You're way uglier now.
Good lord.
My weapons are all fixed up now.
All right.
Excuse me.
You all make your way into the temple. And what you approach is Yulant, you would really be the only one you would be the one who would have a reference for this. Joker, you might have some frame of reference for it either.
Okay.
As well, considering you did do a lot of traveling.
Mhm.
This is a decently sized temple. You almost think it's a little big for a town this small, but considering the threats to this town, it kind of makes sense why it's so large. The one thing, Yulant, that you don't particularly enjoy is the very stern-faced, angry-looking old man standing on the front steps. Gleam! You hear the old man call. Where have you been? I've been looking for you all morning. Apologies, Father Throm. I was collecting assistance for the matter of the missing cart. Missing cart? I don't care about any missing cart. We are supposed to be getting ready for communion. And I need you to help me move things around. Father Throm, if you'll give me a moment. Solosis waits for no one. Especially not for these. He looks at all five of you.
Friendly guy, isn't he?
Does this,
Waving.
if I may, does this guy know about Yulant's, we're gonna say transgression?
Considering how old he looks and where you are, he's probably been here a while, and news does not travel very fast, so he probably has no clue.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
But yes, this is clearly a priest of Solosis.
Very yellow.
Yes, lots of yellow, lots of white, splashes of orange. It is very clear. It is very clear his worship of the sun. He points his finger at Gleam. You need to stop associating with such people. These people are the only thing keeping us alive. For how long, Gleam? For how long? The only thing that can save us.
2 years.
The only thing that can save us and this whole town is the Lord of the Sun. Now meet me inside. And he
The Lord,
he stops and looks at you.
the Lord does not help those who cannot help themselves. And part of helping yourself is helping us. That's all.
He
Klaus looks at Yulan and says, "Are these the sunbrays we've heard about?"
Yes, they're generally very uptight.
Hang on.
Eh,
I'm gonna
my-
roll. Yulant, I'm going to roll something.
Oh,
Hey.
great.
My patron just want me to make people happy.
Are you rolling to see if he sees the symbol on my chest?
He does, in fact, make out what the symbol is supposed to be on your chest. He glares at you. And what would a fallen worshipper of the sun know?
I know that those who hide in the darkness are the ones who make use of the sun's light the most.
And those that crawl in the darkness and worship it are the ones that are currently trying to destroy everything. He looks at Lightbearer Gleam and says, "You will meet me inside in the next 5 minutes." And then he storms his way back into the temple. Gleam sighs.
Okay, I know my patron is joy, but I'm not sensing any joy from that guy.
You would not be incorrect. He is a very cold man. He's also very
Ironic.
wise. What was that?
Ironic.
Yes, I suppose. Very ironic. The place where the cart was originally sat is around the side over there. I would show you myself, but as you can see, I am about to be very busy. If you find it, please bring it back as quickly as you can.
Right.
Gleam...
That's right. We'll get right on that.
Gleam sighs again and walks into the temple.
Joker Jack just lifted his head. Plus, I have a dragon. You get bird's eye view.
Oh, you want me to look, boss? You want me to look?
No, I look for your eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Do it.
You watch as Bubbles takes off and he flies over in the direction that was designated. So, fun fact, Joker does not suffer the disadvantages of looking through the eyes of his familiar because of the invocations he took.
Backbone.
As I assume you're all making your way towards there as well, but
Where is
just a straight up d20, dude.
it? Okay.
Just roll a d20.
Gotcha.
Well, I suppose we ought to investigate then.
Yes, as you all make your way around.
Free.
He only rolls a 6, so he doesn't really see much. You don't really get much looking through Bubbles' eyes. What you do see is you see clear impressions where the cart was sat. And you can kind of make out tracks leading somewhere, but you can't quite make out what direction they're going. And you don't see any footprints or anything.
Yeah, Joker Jack does crouch down, so... Well, I don't see nothing.
As you arrive, you see very much the same thing I have just described, except from a ground level. Anyone who would like to make investigation checks can. I will also accept survival checks if you want to try and figure out what direction this cart may have gone in.
Survival 19.
Yeah, I just
For Yulon.
I just asked the group. You want me to try
Survival
again later?
10
Hang on.
for Klaus.
Say again. Klaus?
Klaus got 10.
Okay. Did you roll survival or investigation?
Survival.
Okay.
Uh,
Joker?
Zoe rolled survival and he got a 20.
Good lord.
Oh, yay. Dirty or natural?
Hey guys, you want me to try looking for Bubbles' eyes again later?
Maybe keep him up there. I'll just look out for trouble, eh?
Alright, I keep
Hey.
watch.
Joker, get him to look for some food.
Yeah.
Klaus, is that what's always on
You
your
are
mind?
one hungry.
Joker does
Hungry
look
man.
at Klaus. Do you always think with your stomach?
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly roll something for Ariel.
Ugh.
Oh, she rolled investigation, and she rolled pretty high. So as you guys look around, the area, the first thing that is found is what Ariel finds, which is she finds some footprints that don't match any of the ones walking up. She can't quite make out. She obviously can't make out who they belong to, but they're definitely bigger than Gleam and definitely bigger than Father Throm, and they definitely are bigger than the ones that are coming back and forth around where the path to bring this cart here would have been. So definitely it was taken by someone. What both Zell and Yulant find is the cart is clearly being pulled off into a direction towards the forest.
You want me to check there?
Well, like I said, keep an eye out for trouble. Tracks are going towards the forest, lads. Let's get on our way.
Can I check the forest? Is it clear or something?
Actually, yes, you can. Go ahead and roll. Klaus, you find a mushroom. Maybe it's edible.
I'm gonna eat it.
A6.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
A6, not much.
What do I roll?
Roll a Constitution saving throw. Bubbles once again does not see a whole lot. But in this case, it's because the trees are very close together. There's definitely some paths through the forest, but like the trees up top are even though it's fall, the trees have managed to keep just enough leaves where he can't really make out what's going on.
This look.
18.
This mushroom tastes like ass, and it burns going down.
Well, bad news. The trees are thick. All I can see is like a bird nest or something.
Yeah,
They may have eggs in it.
Ariel will say, Klaus, get your mind off of food.
Klaus tries to climb the tree.
Joker's
You want me to throw my axe up there?
Alright, shut look at what's the elf with the beard?
There are two elves with beards.
I am going to continually just keep
Yulant.
searching for tracks
Hey,
and such.
Elon, do you want me to knock Klaus off the tree?
Just give him a second. We're not in it.
As Klaus comes back down, he thinks and he says, Joker, does your dragon lay eggs?
He's a
We're
guy!
not in any particular rush.
Ariel,
Sorry, my controller turned off.
Ariel will also speak up and say, guys, we should probably continue looking for the cart.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It may have food in it.
Yeah, sure. Might have.
They are they did say provision.
There may not be none when I get back.
You all make your way into the forest. It is.
I'm using one eye, right?
Yeah. Technically, you've got
Just
one
say
eye.
on that,
Huh?
sorry to interrupt. I'll be having to get the kids in bed soon, so.
Okay.
Probably a good time to start wrapping up in a minute.
Oh, don't worry. We're about to get where roughly I wanted to stop anyway.
Alright.
Okay.
You all make your way through the forest.
Check again.
Yeah, go ahead and make another perception check if you wish.
Yeah. 2.
Good lord. You are just
Nothing.
you are just like Bubbles is just having a bad day when it comes to looking around.
All I see is a red squirrel.
Yeah, his last 3 rolls have been 3, 6, 2.
Yeah, it's like you're doing rough, dude.
Yeah.
As
Sure.
you
Can I
go
go
through
with
this,
my check?
huh?
Should I make another
Can I
survival
do
check?
a perception check?
If Zell, I believe you're asking for a perception check.
You know what? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
use the cup. I'm just gonna use the expiration.
Well, okay, one moment.
Mm.
Okay. Yulon, go ahead and make a survival check. Zell, make a perception check.
15.
Okay, so Zell notices it first. Bubbles picks it up later and calls it out to Joker. Zell, you find a very clear path that was followed by whoever took this cart. Bubbles, however, finds the cart. He hollers back to Joker, stating that it's in a clearing just a little bit ways in. He doesn't see anybody around it.
Well, that was fortuitous.
Got it. Got the cart.
Zell, you know exactly how to get there.
Guys, it's this way.
All right.
Right. Lead the way. Careful, though. Devils are tricky little blighters.
Mm-hmm.
You all make your way forward, and Yulant, this forest feels wrong. You originally lived in a Fey court, so obviously your idea of nature is a little skewed. But it's too quiet in these woods. Any hunter can tell you that forests aren't quiet. Forests are noisy, and and there's constantly noise happening somewhere.